Hey YouTube, I wanted to do a video on dogs, and this is kind of a, I don't know, almost like a public service announcement. But I wanted to talk about shelter dogs and adopting dogs and rescuing dogs and whatnot. What I've got here are a couple of just incredible dogs, and they're both technically rescues. This is Angel. She's a Tibetan Mastiff. I found her on Craigslist about 4 or 5 years ago. And then this is Bear. He is a Newfoundland with a little bit of Great Pyrenees in him. And he is just he's a goofball. Bit of a drooler, a little bit more messy than the Tibetan, but just a fantastic dog. And here's the thing. A lot of people set out for designer breeds and they want to get, I want this particular purebred dog and this and that. And the thing is, these dogs are expensive to maintain as it is. They eat a lot of dog food. Their vet bills haven't been too bad, thankfully, but, they're expensive. And the thing is, if you were to go and buy a dog from a breeder, probably either one of these dogs would be close to $2,000, if not more, maybe less or whatever. But here's the thing: is there's a lot of dogs in shelters. You can go into a shelter and put your name in, say, "Hey, I'm looking for a particular breed," and rather than get a dog that's been, that you don't know what they're like, you have no idea of their personality. You can get a dog that's a couple years old, and you really just kind of know what you're getting into. Don't get me wrong, there will be surprises. This is the biggest brat you will ever meet. Tibetans are very stubborn, very strong-willed dogs. So I'm not saying that you're going to get a perfect dog every time, but the thing is, people see these dogs and they're like, wow, those are amazing dogs, and they are. They're absolutely wonderful, and we love them. But total spent on these two dogs, as far as actually acquiring them, $0. I didn't spend any money on either one of these dogs as far as getting them. Like I said, I found Angel on Craigslist, and they were just happy to find a really good home for her. And then my niece, actually, she sent us a text, and it was I guess sort of extended family of ours who had him and was looking for a place, had been looking for a home for him for 2 years. So we were happy to take him in, and like I said, I will say he's a little bit more messy than Angel is. Angel is self-cleaning, but that's a whole other video. But I just want to say that, look into, if you're looking at getting a particular breed of dog, or, you really want something special and unique, you don't have to go out and spend $3-4 grand for it. There are plenty of people that go out and do that and then have a dog that they don't know how to handle. And so, oops, we got to find a home for Scruffy because, Scruffy apparently goes to the bathroom every now and then in a place we don't want, so we can't keep him. Or something, people buy these dogs impulsively and not realizing what they're getting into. This dog here, she has broken her tooth trying to get out of a grooming session. They left her alone, and they shouldn't have, and she broke her tooth trying to get out. That's a lot of determination to deal with, and that's just an example. She's torn apart some molding and things like that, and so she's not, that's a dog. That's what dogs do. They chew things up, they bark, they do all these things, and not everyone is prepared for that. All they see is this big white fluffy dog, or this big massive hair, and think, oh, so cute, and they go out and they buy one, and then 6 months later they're looking for a home. So I guess the point of my video is if you're looking for a particular breed, you'll be surprised what you can find, and you'll be surprised at the fact that you can find them for next to nothing just by keeping an eye out and being patient. If you got to go out and get a dog right now, and maybe you're being a little impulsive anyway. Take some time, be patient, let the right dog find you. Keep an eye out, and I'll be honest, when I went to look at Angel, there was 2 Tibetan Mastiffs available. They were sisters, different litters, but they were sisters. And what we did is we went up to meet the dogs. I had just been moving, so I had a bunch of stuff in the back of my car. I refused to take that stuff out because I didn't want to be overwhelmed and overcome and just take home a dog when it wasn't right. Well, suffice it to say, my wife disagreed with that theory, and we took her home and had to move a bunch of stuff around in the car to get her home. But, look patiently, find the right dog, because these dogs, you don't want to put them through a bunch of moving around in homes. Her first ride in the car with us was kind of scary because she was clawing at the car, because her only experience with riding in the car up to that point was going to another home. She had 2 previous homes before us. So, I guess what I'm saying is be responsible when you're looking at getting a dog. Think about the things and really ask the questions. Do they chew? Do they bark? Do they have any behavioral issues? Kind of be thorough, because you're adopting these dogs, and with any luck, these dogs should be living with you for the next 5 to 15 years, sometimes 20, depending on the breed. So, just kind of be, think of the dog as well. I know that, we get these animals because we want them, but, we got to think about how they're affected by it. But, anyway, I feel really fortunate to have found these 2 dogs. They're both just amazing dogs. I would recommend a lot of caution with Asiatic dogs or dogs that are known to be stubborn, like this one, Angel. Yes, this is the most stubborn dog you'll ever meet. Now, it has taken a long time, give 5, good girl, a long time to train her and get her to do what I want most of the time. But they require a lot of work, which is why we got her. We got her from a family that, they worked a lot of hours and they had kids, and it was just so much. She required so much attention that it just wasn't fair to her, and so that's how we came to get her. She's a trash hound. She likes to get in the trash, and I think that's probably why they decided to get rid of her, because she liked to dig in the trash, like all dogs do. But anyway, consider adopting, consider going to a shelter and finding an animal that will otherwise meet an unfortunate end. It's sad how many dogs end up going to the pound and stuff like that, and they don't have to. I mean, you get, and not because these dogs are uncool or because there's something majorly wrong. I'd say most of the time when a dog goes to the pound, it's the owner, not the dog. The owner wasn't prepared for the amount of care and upkeep and all that. So you can find yourself a fantastic dog. The pound and rescue organizations, these aren't necessarily bad dogs. They're not rejects. They're just, it's like someone who buys a Ferrari realizing that they need a mutter, they need a rock crawler instead. So it's nothing wrong with the car. It's the personal needs of the previous owner. And so, they needed a lower maintenance dog when it came to Angel. And with Bear, it was kind of the same deal. Previous owner had some serious back issues and had a hard time taking care of him. But he was cool. He waited 2 years to find a good home for him. He took care of him for 2 years until he could find the right home. So anyway, that's my little public service announcement. I appreciate you guys watching, and again, you want to find yourself a really cool dog. You're not gonna, it's not always going to be some scruffy looking dog with one eyeball and a leg missing that you're going to find to adopt. You can find perfectly wonderful dogs to adopt, and I can say that it's been a very it's been a great experience with us. So anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate you watching.